Hey, this is Mark with the inflatable hot tub hack. As you can see, here's my 40-foot panel. And as you see, it has some leaks. One thing about these, when I bought it, it's like 3 years ago, and it had some leaks. So I tried to repair it with a hot glue gun. That doesn't work. But originally, what I used is that stuff you see on TV, the stuff that fixes everything, every kind of leak, the painted version. I painted it on there and it actually worked pretty well. This time I did it with the hot glue gun, but what I did is I put a vacuum on it. And so what I'll do next time is I'll use the same stuff, that whatever seal flex, put a vacuum on it, then paint it. It will draw the flex seal into the holes. A couple coats of that should seal it up. But it does its thing. It's hot out here, finally. As you can see, I've got a bunch of tubes going around here. One goes to the pool, and one goes to the jacuzzi. And you'll find this really interesting because I had to, when the jacuzzi fills up, then gravity feeds it, run through that tube all the way back to the pool. So what I'm doing is I'm heating the pool and the jacuzzi at the same time. So my plan is to actually get rid of this thing, and I've got enough room here to run about 800 feet of the 1/2-inch tube and just coil it and do all that. And then right here, come out here and put the splitter in there to where it'll take the water, push it through the tube, come all the way back, and push it to the pool. That makes it to where I only have one pump working it this way. Now, as we go over to the pool, I've noticed a couple cool things about this setup. Is that if the pump goes off, which it does, I set the pump for 12 o'clock, about 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. When it turns off, the jacuzzi drains. So I need to go ahead and put one-way valves. But then I realized, you know what I'm doing? Every night, I change the water in the jacuzzi, which is really kind of cool. The little pump holes down there, my first videos, I had a 150 gallon per hour pump. Now I put a 750 in there, and it's doing much better. Volume wise, the water cooled down a little bit. And then I went and said, well, you know what? I've got a 1200 gallon per hour pump. And I did that. Came out like a water hose, but it was much cooler. So right now, the pool is sitting at 90 degrees. Last night I was at 92. I can't do the 90s thing. It's just, there's just no way. But anyway, and right now I've been filling the jacuzzi since 12. And it's probably about halfway there. And halfway there, the temperature on the jacuzzi is roughly about 104 degrees, being filled up with fresh pool water. Seasoned pool water, mind you. So that's actually doing its thing. When it fills up high enough, this little hole right here, it'll run back out and then go to the pool. So it just continually cycles hot water into the pool. Now for another backup thing I did, I went and bought one of those little heaters. So I can flip a couple little valves. And then I've got my little cooler here with a 350 gallon pump. What that does is the water comes out of the jacuzzi, pumps into the heater, back in the jacuzzi. It becomes a closed system. That works really well. This little thing puts out some hot water. The only thing about it is that using the hose valves, those don't work at all because you're going from 1/2-inch hose to like the inside of diameter of the hose valve is like 3/8 of an inch. It slows it down quite a bit. So I'll get some ball valves and do that. That should work there. But also putting that little heater thing in, I had to change. I've got a breaker for the pool and all the pool deck, and then the one main breaker in the house. I had to change all those breakers out to 30 amp. This thing has to have a 30 amp breaker. So, and as you can tell, as I said, the pool's sitting at 90, jacuzzi's sitting at 104, and actually all night long it'll still stay roughly about 100, somewhere in there. And at 12 o'clock, when it clicks on, that wall right there makes it to where 12:30, 12:15, the sun hits the panel. So I turn the panel on when it's nice and hot and going. But so there you go. And as far as the box hack, I'm waiting for the heating element that I'm going to get that should fix it. And if it works out, then anybody that has problems with these heating elements that you can't get, to put this little element in there should be a pretty easy fix.